Hey everybody, Roy from ANSgear. We've got another scope or sight, actually I should call it, on the table today. This is the AIM Sports 1x20 modular red dot sight. I'm going to call it a sight. It has no magnification, so as far as a zoom factor to it, it doesn't have that. So basically you're looking through a housing and you've got a red dot inside there. Now the red dot is adjustable between red and green, and I believe it has 5 different levels of brightness as well. It's a super well-built piece of equipment, aircraft grade aluminum for as far as construction goes, so it will definitely hold up to a beating. Now, as far as getting shot this way, the glass can crack. So if you're playing airsoft and you're shooting BBs, or even if you're using it for paintball, and you're anticipating impact, I would maybe look into getting one of those clear shields that go on the front to protect it from damage. Rather break a cheap little thing than break your scope or sight that you've got on your gun. So we've got covers that come with it. So there's just rubber covers and they can just pop right off like that. We've got our side piece right here, which is where our battery is going to go. So we can just unscrew the outside here. And that's going to give us access to our battery right there. Runs on one of the 2023 little watch batteries. So once that battery is on and engaged, you've got a wheel that you can rotate through here. And when you're on the red numbers, it's going to illuminate in red dot. And you go to the greens, it's going to illuminate in green. And you have a brightness level between 1 and 5. So 5 settings for each red and green as far as brightness of the dot. You do have windage and elevation adjustments, so these can be taken off, the caps, like that. And then you can control this. You want a small fillet or a flathead screwdriver, and you can control your up and down and left and right to a point. I mean, obviously you can't make gigantic adjustments with this. You should have it pretty zeroed in to begin with, and then fine tune it with how the elements are affecting the flight of whatever you're shooting out of it. To mount it up, we've got one little screw on the side right here. So we're going to just take our Allen and go on there. So this is a, what is this? A 2.5 millimeter metric Allen key. We're going to loosen this up to the point where we can get that on there. We might be even able to get it. I don't know if we'll be able to drop it straight on. We're going to try. So I'm going to get it to where it's just barely hanging on. Let's see if I can get that on there. I can't. Even if I've got it just holding on right there, it's not going to go on. So we could do this one of 2 ways to get it to mount up. Take it all the way out so that this isn't on. And it is kind of indexed, so when you go to put it back together, you can't put it on upside down because it really won't go on that way. So it does only fit in one way, which is nice. And then once we have that, we can just kind of lay it on top there. I came in from the side that's got the hook or the foot on it. These ones are flat on this side right here. I'm going to come in from the flat or the foot side and then just kind of fold it over like that. If you wanted to kind of slide it on, I guess you could take the screw all the way out and you could just set it down. Or slide it on into it, but it's really no need to do that. We're going to put that there. We're going to fold it on or lay it down. Now the screw acts as 2 things. It tightens down the other foot to clamp down on your rail and hold it in place, but it also works as a stop for sliding forward to back. So that little screw is going to fit in between one of the grooves so that this can't adjust forward and back as well. So depending on where you want it, we're going to put it right there. You always want to, be aware of maybe you're going to put a feed neck on here. That don't want that to be in the way. So you got to take all those things into consideration. So I'm holding on to the back there. I'm going to take that, put that on there. Oops, slipped off my finger. And then I can go ahead and tighten that down. And there you have it, right there. See how that looks on there. It's a good looking little compact sight. I like that a lot. Doesn't take up a lot of space. Not necessary really for paintball so much, because you're really not shooting a tremendous amount of distance unless you're shooting first strike rounds. Then you're probably not going to use this anyway. You're going to use something a little bit bigger to give you a little bit of magnification. But for close quarters or quick target acquisition, these are really, really awesome. So this is the AIM Sports 1x20 red dot. I'm going to call it a red dot sight. They call it red dot scope, but there is no magnification. It's a 1x20, a red and green dot. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.